press square to destroy it. Thank you. If you guys could at least pretend there's a fourth wall, that would be appreciated. How you destroy things is up to you. You pretty much have two options. It doesn't really matter either way. If I just press square from here, I'll shoot it with my Gatling gun. The thing explodes. The Asher does not care that it explodes ever. The Asher is immune to all explosions. That is the other way that you can destroy things. You can hit them with your sword. There are a lot of obstacles. Is it possible to shoot at multiple targets? When there are multiple targets, press the L1 or R1 button to switch between them. I'll let you handle the targeting. And then he shows, like, switching between them. It doesn't really matter. Yeah. Oh, sword, apparently. Even from a distance. I thought I could only do that if I was up close. Here we find a giant tank type thing. Let's destroy it and just stand in its wake as it blows up. I can't really move while it blows up during that little scene. But we do want to head that way first. We want to head over here to get a giant chest. In this giant chest, you can get a power shield. That is an accessory. I'm not going to bother equipping accessories right now. It's just not worth the time, really, or the effort. And I'm not sure if it carries over if I equip it. I think it does, but I don't want to take the chance. But first, we have another cutscene where we find out more about the Miltian Conflict.
What exactly are we expecting to happen here?
Well, the problem is that the URTVs aren't merely machines. They're real people with their consciousness intact. The system that currently controls the Zohar was actually designed to be used for the UMN transport system.
Transport system?
However...
Yes.
Well, they experimented with the transport of living beings numerous times, but every attempt ended in failure.
According to the records, 99.76% of them were killed instantly.
That is a lot of people.
However, it seems that on very rare occasions, there were survivors. They didn't exist as people anymore, though. They were just things, never able to recover their consciousness, the very element that made them human.
Mental breakdown.
Lieutenant General Helmer concluded that if contact with the system led to the destruction of the human mind, then even the URTVs created as the system's antithesis might be affected. Therefore, if the URTVs were to suffer a mental breakdown, then likely the Zohar, a source of infinite energy, would spiral out of control. That would be devastating.
And yet, the General Staff decision wasn't overturned. I suppose that's where we come in.
Once again, new information. We just started and we're already finding out so much more about this conflict than we did in the first game. We're not going to really bother with a recap, are we? We're just going to go straight into it and hope you can keep up. Enemy AMWS. I don't want to call it AIMS like I did in the last game with eggs, because I don't think they actually say it that way. So we'll go with AMWS. Come in contact with an enemy to initiate combat. Let's go. Or I could just stand here and stare at it. Nah, we'll get into combat with it. It doesn't chase me at this point. Alright, I'll explain the controls during battle. I'm not going to repeat myself, so pay attention. If I remember correctly, this is actually Chaos talking to the player. Not like Canaan talking to Chaos or Chaos talking to Canaan or anything like that. It's Chaos talking to us. Movement order, it works the same as it did in the last game. I'm going to assume that you're at least somewhat familiar with the battle system in the last game. Whoever picture is in the bottom, that's who gets to attack, and in that order. There are three types of enemies: mechanical, biological, and Gnosis. Once again, they spoil Gnosis before we actually ever meet any. Basic attacks, that's pretty much the same, except this time they give you the kind of statuses of each one of them. Select the target with the directional button. If you attack an enemy in the back, your aim will be 100% and the critical rate will be increased by 50%. You notice how it says front on that enemy. That means he's facing us. Of course, when the enemy is facing away, it is to your advantage, but the opposite is true if you're facing away from the enemy. Yeah, don't get hit in the back. That is new. Understand how it works so far, then take care of the enemies in front of us. They are facing us, so of course it says front. This guy is going to attack next. I believe that says Stole Marine. Let's just smack him with my sword. Down he goes, and he's right back up because this is a tutorial fight. So then let's kill this guy, even though he got a turn in. Boost. Cutting in the movement order is called boosting. It works the same as it did in the last game. You'll notice that the boost is kind of joined at the bottom. It just says player. I don't have any boost, so I can't do it. Like I said, works just the same as it did last game. You hold R1 and press the button. We'll go over slots when they want to go over slots. Oh, they want me to boost here. Now I can press the X button to open the command menu. I'll bring it up now. So in other words, I have to hit the circle button so that they can hit the X button. It's kind of weird how that works. You can press the stock command. This will charge the craft's energy to 100, by 100, I should say. You can check the current charge value by looking at the EC meter. Basic attacks will charge the EC meter by 25. You use this for the special attacks. So if you're trying just to get a special attack, you want to defend, which is pretty much what stock does. Special. This will open up the special attacks menu. Special attacks require the energy that you're building up, the EC energy. Changing the co-pilot will change the available special attacks. So in other words, whoever your co-pilot is will determine what special attacks you use, because Chaos is the co-pilot here, will be using his special attacks. Thank you for just randomly charging it up. If you could do that in a real battle, that would be appreciated. Here we can see that we have two special attacks, Shock Buster and Ice Storm. The values 100 and 200 is how much EC you need to use them. I would assume that you could just guess that, but you would be wrong. The event slot, it has changed slightly. It does have the same 3 events that were in the last game. Those are critical, boost, and skill bonuses. Then there's also a random one. Now the random one takes place of the blank one. I believe all the numbers are the same here, so there's really no need to go over this more. One thing that I should go over though is skill points. You can't get them in mech fights, so don't even bother trying to get them dead on that slot. There are 3 random event slots and 1 non-event, so when it's after the skills slot and it's that random one, it can be ether, which increases ether damage and healing by 50%. It can be TC, target loses its turn if damaged by an attack. That's something that you definitely want to keep in mind. And there's also the reverse. It says RV, I'm going to assume reverse. Target's boost gauge increased if attacked. This is more like the Final Fantasy VII limit break system with the boost. So as you get hit, your boost gauge goes up if you're hit on that turn. And then of course there's the blank one. Sometimes happens. Then nothing is new. Only enemies in character battles give skill points, so don't worry about skill in this battle. Once again, not when you're in a mech, just when you're doing the character battles do you have to worry about that. That's about it for now. The rest you'll have to figure out for yourself. There's not much to figure out, really. Let's go ahead and kill this guy with my sword, because I know the sword kills him, especially if I get a critical. Then we're going to do the special move. Now, if I remember right, these do not carry over between battles, so actually, let's see if they do. We'll go for Shot Buster here. Now let's go for Ice Storm. Let's go just full on here. That does quite a bit of damage, and down they go. I must admit that I love that victory music. I'll probably get sick of it as we continue forward, but I do love it, at least early on. We get an auxiliary armor A that increases your defense, of course, but we will not be equipping that. Not right now. After a battle is over, enemies will be unable to detect us for a little while. So during that time, we won't get into another battle even if we come into contact with an enemy. Right, but as you saw, it did not last very long at all. Let's head over here, destroy a few more things. That looks like something that I should be able to destroy up here, but it is not. That is a good marker, though, because there is something over here that I want to destroy eventually, including the trap. That's a trap. It has various effects on enemies within its range to destroy it to set it off. The color of the trap indicates the effect. Traps with different colors have different effects. You'll notice that there are red and yellow ones still. Destroy that, and it actually stops him, the yellow one. I believe that all of them stop them. Let's get into a fight and see what the yellow one does for us. We do have a new enemy here as well. It gives us a stock bonus, so we are up to 100 EC. I'm going to, yeah, I'll use it on this guy. What am I doing? I am being very stupid today. It doesn't really matter if I get hit too much. Okay, so special, not stock. They said stock, so I hit stock. Let's go for a shot buster. This will give me the opportunity to see if they do carry between battles. Once again, I don't think they do, but it has been a long time since I've, looked into a lot of the small aspects of this game. That is very glorious music that you are giving me. More experience, not enough for the next level. I do have to hold the button down. I don't like that in order to make it go faster. That is not so good for me. But we'll get used to that. Let's head just head straight up here. And you want to destroy this and this. You can't go over here and destroy this. Once again, it totally looks like you should be able to, but you can't. So head up the ramp. Asher has trouble with small little things like that, small little rails. And let's destroy some classic cars up here. They look classic to me. I can't imagine that they would be new in this time period, but what do I know? And in this last, I don't know if that's even a car, but in this last thing here, we do find a nanosphere. This is our first item. So let's see what it does. It recovers all HP and EP of all crafts. That is damn nice. It's basically a biosphere, except for mechs. You'll notice that I can actually use that right now. I don't need to go to the save point in order to use that, because of course the save point will heal me as well. I believe it heals the ESs as well. Again, it's been a while, and I don't remember much about the mechs. I remember so much more about the characters, even though I probably should remember more about the mechs in this game. And in here we get a Nano Repair A. That is another item. It will recover 25% of max HP and EP on ES. So it's a lot cheaper than the Nanosphere in terms of what it does. I shouldn't use the word cheaper though, because it doesn't actually give us a price on it. We'll go over that more later. We'll just head over here for now. Oh, see, he can't just step over that? No, he can't. EC does not carry over between battles. I didn't think it did. Let's head over here and start destroying some more things, including this big old thing right there. Damn, the ES is powerful, but it did drop a giant item. Let's grab that. Another Nano Repair A. That's actually what I got in that last battle. Let's head up here now. Let's destroy this. Did I get it? Did I get the thing? I didn't get the thing. It gives you boost just like it did in the last game, though. And apparently the trap just disappeared. I was kind of hoping it would show off, hey, here's what it does. But no, it doesn't. It ups your boost gauge, I believe, by 1 if you get into a fight after that goes off. We need to head forward. Careful here. If you haven't gotten the items that I did get, you can't go back and get them. So be careful before moving forward. I would love to be able to step over this small little median on the highway, but the Asher cannot lift its knees. So we're just going to head this way instead. That song sounds familiar.
What is it? A pillar of light? And that sound. It's more than that. Music.
It's the Song of Nephilim.
You know what it is?
I can't believe it. Even Utic has to be aware of the danger of the song. What could possibly make them? No! If this keeps up...
It looks like they think we're the enemy. Any ideas?
Yeah, send an emergency IFF signal to let them know we're on their side. We can't let anything stop us. We have to reach our objective.
They should be receiving our IFF signal.
Doesn't look like they care.
Wait, something's wrong.
What is this? What the? What's going on with them?
This is... It can't be.